Yet he doesn't talk about if it improved his erections. He just said, studies do this. Did they help you? This is a video saying, how my life changed. Did it change in a way to give you a better sex life? I mean, I really want to know. Was the sex life improved from cutting out sugar? Quitting sugar. I'm sure you're all going to agree with me that this is probably a good idea. But what actual benefits would it provide? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be going over Ali Malik, who quit sugar for an entire year. He documents the good, bad, and the ugly, and let me tell you, it's not all easy. It's not all fun and games. And so by the end of the video, we can decide for yourself, is it really that beneficial? Should you, in fact, quit sugar?
Sugar. It's hard to find anything else in the entire world that give us that warm, buttery sensation that our favorite snacks do that's only a few feet away.
In today's society, we are bombarded with sugar. It's added to almost everything. And why? Well, because it tastes freaking amazing. Sugar just adds something to our life. We all love going out to eat, having a dessert, enjoying sugar. But would you in fact feel better without the sugar? Are we in fact being brainwashed, tricked into thinking we should have sugar? And considering sugar just tastes so good and adds fun and joy to our lives, why would anyone quit sugar in the first place?
But when I was home for winter break, I didn't know how to cook, so I was snacking a ton. And after just 2 weeks, I felt super lethargic and bloated. So I randomly announced to my family one night that I was gonna quit all added sugars for 30 days.
And the reason is, during this whole pandemic, he started eating too much junk food, was gaining weight, and felt crappy, lazy, had no energy. So he thought to himself, I'm just gonna go 30 days with no added sugars, cutting out all the sweets and so on. Doesn't mean he's cutting out all sugar. There are natural sugars in things like fruits and vegetables, and so he's still going to continue to consume those. Personally, I think it would be a bad choice to simply cut out all sugars altogether, to cut out food groups. Not a fan of that. Some people do that, keto, carnivore, and so on, but I don't believe that those are long-term sustainable diets for most people. However, I don't think it's a bad idea to cut out sugar from your diet. And so just think of it, the average American is adding an extra 70 grams of sugar to their already high-calorie diets. That's almost 300 extra calories just from sugar. Compounded over the course of the year, that's nearly 60 pounds of sugar and a whooping 108,000 calories.
When I got back to campus, I threw out everything in my pantry which had any added sugar whatsoever. But it actually wasn't that simple.
And so he thought it was going to be easy. I'm just going to throw out all the candies, all the extra sweets and so on. But it's way more complicated than that because there are added sugars in almost everything that we eat. That ketchup you're eating, barbecue sauce, light salad dressings, cereals, healthy cereals, almost everything has added sugar. So if you do decide to cut out all added sugars, you are going to have a very, very limited diet. And so one of the downfalls, although it could be seen as a positive if you do in fact like having limited choices on a diet, is you don't get to eat a variety of foods. What does a carnivore or keto diet sound like to you? These are diets that eliminate food groups. They work because they allow you to eat in a calorie deficit. It's not that there's anything magic about cutting out sugar. It works because you're eating fewer calories. For some people, fewer choices results in fewer calories being consumed. For me, I just like having a lot of variety. I know what to eat. I know what's satiating, what tastes good, what I enjoy to eat, and I stick to those. I don't have to cut out all sugars. However, I do think it is a smart choice to consume a lot fewer sugars. But if you like sugar, the taste of sugar, and what it does to your taste buds, there is a solution. You can cut out the sugar and use a sugar substitute. It's not rocket science. Instead of choosing regular pop, you choose the low-calorie alternative. Instead of putting packets of sugar in your coffee, you put sugar substitutes. Remember the close to 300 calories added a day from having sugar? If you use sugar substitutes instead, you could save close to 300 calories a day, not have all the sugar, and still get all the taste. Does that not make sense? Essentially, you quite literally get to make your cake and eat it too, only the low sugar version. After all, we are hardwired to crave sugar. It's in our DNA. We've evolved to enjoy sugars. Our bodies like that taste. We eat it so that we can have energy. Problem is, in today's world, it's too easy to overconsume these calories. We don't have to hunt and gather as much as we used to. We can go to the grocery store.
So as you guys would imagine, the craving started pretty soon. Not even 3 days after being back on campus, I just needed ice cream.
And so if you cut out sugars, you're going to get cravings, of which he experienced these cravings. Often wanted to have ice cream, wanted candies. I'm the same way. When I bulked in the past and ate a lot of candies, sugars, and so on, as soon as it came time to diet, I craved all those things that I was missing. Your body wants these things. And so my opinion, rather than just cutting out all sweets, all sugars, and having a boring and bland diet, why not just have sugar substitutes? I made an amazing cookbook, more than one, that has a bunch of recipes lower in sugar, lower in calories. It's not about being perfect. It's about having a diet that's better than it currently is. The diet should be filling, satiating, have a lot of volume, and keep you full. And it should taste amazing. If you simply cut out all sugar, the diet can obviously work. Problem is, how long are you going to stick with it? Will you be able to go the rest of your life without eating sugar?
And with those cravings came withdrawal effects. I definitely had a lot more trouble sleeping. I was slightly more irritable. And I don't want to say I was depressed, but I definitely was feeling gloomier than usual.
And so when he cut out the sugar, he was feeling gloomier than last time, feeling depressed, having a hard time sleeping, and experiencing a number of cravings. How long can you stick to a diet if you go through these things? I'd say not all that long. Eventually, your willpower is going to run out.
Around a month after starting the challenge, and it was just right about then when the benefits started kicking in.
So you have to stick out this diet for a month before you start noticing its benefits. At first, it's negative. You don't feel good, less cognitive function, not feeling amazing, not sleeping as well, and so on. So you have to detox your body from being used to all the sugar for a month before you start feeling like yourself again. And so the plan was 30 days, but he extended it to 90 because he wanted to see it actually start to work.
Between week 3 and week 7, I started to notice how my energy levels were going up.
And so after a month, he started to have more energy. He felt better, was better able to do cardio, and so on. But is it because of the sugar, or is it a placebo effect, or the fact that he's training? The guy's doing cardio, he's exercising. He's eating fewer calories. Whether or not it's because he cut out the sugar or whether he lowered the calories, when you're losing weight, cardio probably going to get easier. If you lose all that extra chub and you continue to train, are you not going to feel better and to have more energy? So is it in fact cutting out the sugar that's offering this benefit? Or the fact that he's losing weight? Correlation doesn't mean causation. And so just because he feels better having cut out sugar, it doesn't necessarily mean it's from cutting out the sugar. It could be from having lost weight and being on a lower calorie diet. Perhaps he could have continued to eat sugar, but lower his calories from something else, perhaps even fat, and felt just as good. We just don't know.
According to an article by the Huffington Post and health.com, when you quit added sugar, you can expect healthier, younger looking skin. And on top of all of that, you can expect to maintain harder erections.
And so I like this. He goes into studies that say that cutting out sugar can help you lose weight and it can improve your erections. Yet he doesn't talk about if it improved his erections. He just said, studies do this. Did they help you? This is a video saying, how my life changed. Did it change in a way to give you a better sex life? I mean, I really want to know, was the sex life improved from cutting out sugar? And even if it was it actually cutting out the sugar or the fact that you lost weight? And so it's my belief that you don't actually have to cut out the sugar. You just have to lose the weight. If you continue to eat sugar or aspartame, artificial sweeteners, and so on, but that you can eat in a deficit and lose the weight, I do believe you're going to get those benefits. You're going to feel healthier, have more energy, feel better, look better, and so on. And so I don't think you have to cut out the sugar, but by eating less sugar, perhaps it makes the diet easier to stick to, more sustainable, and something that you can follow for the rest of your life. But if you go too far and cut out all sugar all the time, I don't think that's sustainable. And even if you do lose the weight, I think you're eventually going to gain the weight back after you crash and burn and can no longer stick to your diet because you've lost the willpower to do so.
And I just really wanted to put some A1 sauce on my steak or put some ketchup on my French fries.
For example, I love ketchup, and I was at a fancy restaurant at Mont Tremblant with my friends, and I asked for some ketchup to go along with the potatoes. They're like, no, we're not giving you ketchup. We don't have ketchup in here. It's an insult to the chef. I'm like, I like the ketchup. There was no ketchup. But if you are trying to lose weight and you're eating regular ketchup, why not have no sugar added ketchup? You see, small changes can make big difference. Instead of adding in 100 calories of ketchup, you add 30 calories of ketchup. 70 calories less than the diet, that'll result in a calorie deficit, help you to lose weight. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about making sustainable changes that you can do for the rest of your life.
It honestly felt awful when I couldn't get any snacks at the grocery store except for peanuts.
And one of the biggest challenges of cutting out the sugar was the lack of snacks. He pretty much could only eat peanuts. So when other people were eating candies, ice cream, desserts, and so on, he had to just stick to peanuts. And so you have to have a special diet. And so it's not unlike being a bodybuilder. When you're a competitive bodybuilder on a diet, getting ready for competition, you're carrying Tupperware with you, you can't eat this, can't eat that. It's not fun. And so part of the problem of cutting out all the sugars is he had a hard time living a normal life. He had to just eat peanuts, couldn't eat what everyone else was eating. And so you have to be meticulous with the types of foods that you're eating, where you're going, and so on. However, I don't think that's a problem. I think there's always going to be a snack that you can eat. Perhaps you eat popcorn while they're eating something else. They're eating ice cream. You just have a different choice. You don't have to eat the same thing, although I do get it. It's not going to be as easy. Neither is being a vegan. Neither is being vegetarian. When we go out to eat, Allie's vegetarian. She can't have meat. She wants to eat this, wants to eat that. It's not easy. But if it's worth it to you, you're going to make those changes. And your friends, if they're good friends, they will understand. We're going to go out and get ice cream. You can't eat ice cream. Maybe they'll make a choice where you can all get something. And usually on any menu, there's some healthy alternative. And if there's not, well, hey, bring your own friggin' snack. And so is it not enough to go from eating a lot of sugar to less sugar, perhaps half as much? It's not about being perfect, it's just about being better. And so if your friends are having regular ice cream, perhaps you can have frozen Greek yogurt. Maybe it has less calories, less sugar, just halfway there. Make realistic choices that you can stick to. And if you can't stick to cutting out all sugars all the time, then don't. Just do better and you will improve.
Month 9 of that challenge, everything seemed to flip around. My energy levels were sky high. I was sleeping like a baby. And this is kind of weird, but I started to notice that I was seeing much more veins in my arms and my skin was a bit thinner.
And all things started to click around month 9. He was sleeping better, had more energy, and he said this is really weird for him. He could see veins in his arms and his skin was thinner. Sounds like he just got leaner. Sounds like he dropped body fat to the point of which he could see some vascularity. So was it in fact cutting out the sugar after 9 months that helped him to feel better, sleep better, and have more energy? Or was it that he was getting lean? That he was eating in a calorie deficit and was no longer overweight? If you lose weight and you're now at a healthy weight, regardless of the diet that you're on, you're probably going to feel better, sleep better, and so on. And so my argument is this: do you really need to cut out all sugar all the time forever in order to experience these benefits? Or can just following a healthy diet that's better than the diet you're following right now help you to achieve all of these benefits? I'm going to argue that you don't have to be perfect. Just lose some weight, eat a bit healthier. You're going to get the same benefits that he explains in this video.
And finally, when the new year hit, I actually did not run to my pantry at midnight, eat everything I could. In fact, I didn't eat anything with added sugar that day, because I just came to realize that I wasn't addicted to sugar anymore.
But has he decided to give up all sugars forever? No. He still has a little bit of ketchup. He has a little bit of sugar on occasion. So what can we learn from this? It's all about balance, moderation. You don't have to go to extremes, all or nothing. It seems like most people, they're either eating anything they want or on a diet. Why can't it be somewhere in the middle, halfway there? Sometimes you eat a little bit less sugar, other times you have the sugar. Just have balance. Do things that you can do for the rest of your life. And so if you want to have the benefits of less sugar in your diet, what you probably want to do is experience the benefits of losing weight and being healthier. And so my advice, try losing some weight, get to a healthy weight, perhaps around 15% body fat for men, 25% body fat for women. Do 150 minutes of moderate paced cardio per week. Try to lift weights if you can, your whole body twice a week, and try to have balance in your diet. If you're looking for low calorie, delicious options that are high in volume that keep you full, considering getting my freaking cookbook. I have so many different kinds, meatless for vegans, vegetarians, also regular anabolic cookbooks 2.0, also the Circle Diet book, my life's work explaining exactly how to eat to make the changes so that you can lose the weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. You can get those by clicking the link in the description. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IP Pro. Please watch the Bloops, Harder Than Last Time supplements, all kinds of stuff in there. Click the link in the description. Also, there's training books, coaching plans by me and my team. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment for the algorithm. And until next time, I'm out. But not out to eat sugar, to eat a low-calorie sugar substitute, which is true. I have the anabolic donuts in the back, anabolic muffins, all low in sugar, but perhaps there's a little bit of sugar, but it's not going to kill you. Just less than last time. It's simple, people.